Set in the 1990s, specifically in the city of Busan, South Korea, a beautiful little girl named Park Se-ri looks adorable with her long, straight hair. However, as Se-ri grows into a teenager, her hair gradually becomes curly due to genetic factors from her father. In fact, she has tried various ways to make her hair permanently straight. However, all her efforts have completely failed. Because of that, Park Se-ri always feels insecure and never dares to date any man. One day, Park Se-ri goes swimming at the beach, but there she accidentally meets Kim Hyun, a handsome student who is the most popular at school. At home, Park Se-ri often argues with her older sister over a music player. Of course, Se-ri also feels jealous because her sister has straight hair, just like their mother. But despite her unfavorable fate, Se-ri still has Ma Sol-ji and her friends as loyal companions. Upon arriving at school, Ma Sol-ji and the others are shocked when they see Kim Hyun suddenly wave his hand to greet Park Se-ri. Naturally, they are all very curious because the most popular handsome student in the high school rarely greets anyone. Not wanting her friends to misunderstand, Se-ri then explains that she had met Kim Hyun at the beach while swimming the day before. Hearing the story, Ma So-ji and her friends strongly agree and support Park Se-ri to date Kim Hyun because they all know very well that she has liked him for a long time. Besides being handsome, it turns out Kim Hyun is also ranked in the top 10 at school, where the 100 students with the highest scores are given special tutoring room facilities by the school. It is said that anyone who confesses their love in that tutoring room will definitely have their feelings accepted. Unfortunately, Park Se-ri's grades are very low, so she has no chance to confess her feelings to Kim Hyun in that room. Besides Ma Sol-ji, Park Se-ri also has a male best friend named Bae Song-rae, who is known for his non-stop talking. During break time, Park Se-ri always watches Kim Hyun play basketball on the court. Handsome, smart, and good at basketball are more than enough to completely stir Park Se-ri's feelings. However, it turns out there is another girl at school with curly hair, named Go In-jung. After school, Park Se-ri goes back to the beach, hoping to meet Kim Hyun again. She even deliberately places her name tag on top of her uniform so he can read her name. However, the person who shows up is not Kim Hyun, but a man named Yoon-seok. Seeing a uniform lying there, Yoon-seok picks up the name tag, but this actually causes Park Se-ri's uniform to be blown away by the wind. Unfortunately, Yoon-seok, who cannot swim at all, forces himself to try to retrieve it. Seeing someone drowning, Park Se-ri quickly saves him. Panicking because Yoon-seok is unconscious, she intends to give him CPR, but suddenly Yoon-seok regains consciousness and startled, Park Se-ri reflexively slaps his face. The next day, Jo Bok-rae tells the class that they will be getting a transfer student from Seoul. And yes, that student turns out to be Han Yoon-seok. Due to yesterday's incident, Yoon-seok's leg is injured and he has to walk with a cane. Realizing that Yoon-seok is the man who drowned the day before, Park Se-ri tries to talk to him. However, feeling embarrassed about the incident, Yoon-seok responds coldly. Afterwards, Park Se-ri tells her friends that she met Han Yoon-seok at the beach, which is why she wants to befriend him. Even though Yoon-seok is still cold, Park Se-ri does not give up. She even helps him walk during heavy rain. Just like lunch programs in developed countries, South Korea also implements a free nutritious meal program for all students. Naturally, all the students are enthusiastic about going to the cafeteria. But once again, Park Se-ri feels sorry seeing Yoon-seok struggle to get food. As a result, she helps him again and invites him to eat with her friends. After finishing their meal, her friends replace Park Se-ri's name tag that was lost at the beach. They say that the name tag must have been stolen by someone who secretly likes her. At that moment, Yoon-seok actually intends to return the name tag, but after hearing what they say, he decides not to return it. Not long after, Park Se-ri is accidentally hit by a ball kicked by Kim Hyun. He then comes over and apologizes, saying it was completely unintentional. Ma Sol-ji and her friends assumed that Kim Hyun must have done it on purpose so he could talk and make eye contact with Park Se-ri. However, Yoon-seok bluntly says that it was indeed an accident. Of course, this immediately annoys everyone because Han Yoon-seok is truly insensitive to other people's feelings. Seeing that Park Se-ri still lacks confidence because of her curly hair, Ma Sol-ji and her friends invite her to go straighten her hair at the most effective salon in the world. However, she says that she has gone to salons dozens of times and her hair always becomes curly again after washing it. But they are all surprised by Go In-jung's new straight hair without a single curl. Naturally, Se-ri asks how she managed to make her hair perfectly straight. The girl explains that she had it straightened at a magic salon whose owner recently moved from Seoul. After school, Se-ri and her friends immediately go to the magic salon. However, she is shocked to find out that the price is 200,000 won. The salon owner, Jang Mi, explains that the equipment and products used are very different from other salons, so the price is actually very cheap compared to the maximum results. Unfortunately, all of Park Se-ri's savings are still not enough to pay for it. As a result, she can only daydream in front of the salon, confused about where to get the money. Not long after, she is surprised to see that Han Yoon-seok calls Jang Mi Mom. Seeing that, she immediately comes up with an idea. Park Se-ri then pretends to accidentally run into Han Yoon-seok in front of the salon, so he introduces her to his mother. After a long conversation, Jang Mi says that if Park Se-ri is willing to help Yoon-seok until his leg heals, she will reward her by straightening her hair for free. Of course, Park Se-ri immediately accepts the offer. She always stays by Han Yoon-seok's side, helping him from going to school until safely returning home. Until one day, Park Se-ri hides behind Han Yoon-seok when she runs into Kim Hyun. At that moment, Han Yoon-seok finally realizes that Park Se-ri truly likes that man. After school, Se-ri invites Yoon-seok to stop by the warehouse where her father works. Besides being a photographer, her father also loves reading books, so the place looks like a library. After giving him a change of clothes, Se-ri invites Yoon-seok to read comics while waiting for the rain to stop. At school, Dae-sung-rae asks Yoon-seok to make paper crane eggs, or origami, because Park Se-ri is going to confess her love to Kim Hyun. Being constantly pressured, Yoon-seok reluctantly learns how to fold the paper.
After that, Park Se-ri persuades the top-ranked student with glasses to let her borrow his tutoring seat for just one day because she wants to confess her love to Kim Hyun in that room. However, the student gets angry and insults her, saying that he needs to study hard to maintain his grades. Besides, Park Se-ri should look at herself and know her place. How could Kim Hyun possibly like a nerdy and foolish girl like her? After being insulted, Han Yoon-seok sees Park Se-ri sad and down for the first time. She can no longer hold back her tears. At one point, Se-ri sees Han Yoon-seok reading comics in the warehouse. She's also surprised to find that he has completed all the paper crane eggs. Even though he does not understand their meaning, he still finishes them because he does not want to see Park Se-ri sad again. After many long days pass, Han Yoon-seok's sprained leg finally heals. Naturally, Se-ri is very happy because her efforts were not in vain. However, she tells Jang Mi that she is not ready to straighten her hair yet and will come another time. Se-ri is shocked again to learn that Han Yoon-seok has successfully ranked first with the highest test scores in school. Yoon-seok says he did it to help Se-ri confess her love in the tutoring room. But unfortunately, Kim Hyun's name is pushed out of the top 100 because of Yoon-seok's sudden rise in rank. Baek-sung-rae tries to explain that Yoon-seok only meant to help, but Park Se-ri still looks disappointed because her dream of confessing in the tutoring room has failed because of him. Sometime later, Park Se-ri accidentally overhears her mother talking with a neighbor, who says that the owner of the salon, who recently moved from Seoul, has a very genius child. However, it is said that the child always refuses to take the national college entrance exam because of his cruel and controlling father. As a result, the two of them moved to Busan to live peacefully. At that moment, Se-ri realizes that the person being talked about is Han Yoon-seok. That night, Park Se-ri finds Han Yoon-seok eating ramen in the warehouse with her father. As it turns out, Yoon-seok has become very close to Se-ri's father because he comes there almost every day to read comics. A glimmer of hope begins to appear again, because next week the school will hold a study tour. Park Se-ri plans to straighten her hair and confess her love to Kim Hyun during the trip. After that, Se-ri and her classmates play handball. Han Yoon-seok tries his best to protect Park Se-ri so they can win the match. However, when he throws the ball toward Kim Hyun, Se-ri, afraid that her crush might get hurt, deliberately blocks the ball with her face. That night, Park Se-ri truly regrets doing something so reckless and embarrassing. She thinks Yoon-seok must be very disappointed with her actions earlier. Not long after, Kim Hyun sends a voice message thanking her for saving him. Shortly afterward, a voice message from Han Yoon-seok also comes in, asking how her face is after getting hit by the ball. Yoon-seok also says that he is not at all angry. Of course, he cares much more about Park Se-ri's condition than the result of the game. The next day, the school holds an art festival. Park Se-ri keeps complaining that she hates her hair so much. However, Han Yoon-seok says he actually really likes her hair. At the salon, Yoon-seok even deliberately stalls so she won't go through with straightening it. But in the end, his efforts fail because she insists on having it straightened. Long story short, the study tour arrives. Everyone is clearly surprised by Park Se-ri's suddenly straight and beautiful hair. Naturally, she feels more confident that day. As night approaches, her friends prepare a place for Park Se-ri to confess her love to Kim Hyun, while Baek Song-rae is assigned to bring him to the location. Seeing Park Se-ri alone with Kim Hyun, Han Yoon-seok's expression immediately turns sad, and he chooses to leave because he cannot bear to watch. In fact, Park Se-ri decides not to confess her love to Kim Hyun because she has fallen for someone else. When her friends asked whether her confession was accepted or not, she chooses to stay silent because she does not want to disappoint them, especially since they worked so hard to help her date Kim Hyun. Since that incident, Han Yoon-seok suddenly becomes distant. He doesn't even want to look at Park Se-ri after the study tour ends. Clearly, he shows his disappointment because it turns out he has also fallen for her. A few days later, the two meet again in the warehouse. Park Se-ri asks why he doesn't ask anything about her date, while all their friends do. Han Yoon-seok then asks whether Kim Hyun accepted her confession. At that time, Park Se-ri explains that she did not confess it after all, saying she wants to focus on studying. However, she asks Han Yoon-seok to keep it a secret from their friends because she is afraid they will be disappointed. Of course, Yoon-seok keeps quiet, and he can barely hide his happiness. At school, Park Se-ri feels very annoyed when she sees Han Yoon-seok chatting comfortably with Go In-jung. She becomes jealous because the man she likes now is actually Han Yoon-seok. That night, Yoon-seok comes and gives her a large candy as a gift to encourage her for the college entrance exam the next day. At that time, Se-ri asks about his relationship with Go In-jung and why they seemed so close earlier. Yoon-seok says they have no relation other than ordinary schoolmates. The next morning, her father suddenly has a stomachache and cannot take her to the exam. Meanwhile, her mother will take her older sister. Since they attend different schools, Park Se-ri decides to go to the exam alone. But suddenly, Han Yoon-seok appears wearing a Doraemon mascot costume. He gives her support, encouragement, and a special gift. After returning home, her sister is busy checking her exam answers, while Park Se-ri doesn't care about hers at all and keeps staring at the gift from Han Yoon-seok. No matter what, she is very happy because it seems that Han Yoon-seok also likes her.
One day, Ma Sol-ji and the others invite them to eat at a restaurant that is trending near the school. However, Park Se-ri and Yoon-seok apologize because they have to go home early that day. Suspicious, Ma Sol-ji and the others secretly follow Park Se-ri, and eventually they realize that she is on a date with Yoon-seok. Of course, they do not mind, because as long as Park Se-ri is happy, they will always support her. As it turns out, the two go to the beach to remember how they first met. There, Yoon-seok returns Park Se-ri's name tag that he accidentally kept. After arriving home, Park Se-ri invites him to come in for a while, but he says maybe next time because it is already late. Before leaving, Han Yoon-seok gives her a romantic kiss. However, at home, his mother tells Yoon-seok that she will go to Seoul the next day to get new equipment for the salon. At first, Yoon-seok wants to accompany her, but she forbids him because he has to attend school. Not long after, Park Se-ri prepares a big surprise with the help of Ma Sol-ji and the others. Unfortunately, at that time, Yoon-seok receives a call from his mother telling him to go to Seoul immediately. After several days pass, Yoon-seok gives no news and is very difficult to contact. Naturally, Park Se-ri becomes worried, fearing that something bad has happened. And indeed, Jang-mi is hospitalized. Although his father says that she fell down the stairs, Yoon-seok does not believe it. He is convinced that his mother was harmed by his father. Not long after, Jang-mi's salon is closed and the place is put up for rent. Of course, Park Se-ri is the one who feels the saddest about it, because it means Han Yoon-seok will not return to Busan. After thinking it over, Park Se-ri finally decides to go to Seoul to meet Han Yoon-seok because she does not want their relationship to end tragically. Upon arriving there, Park Se-ri finds Yoon-seok crying in front of his mother. He says that he does not want to go abroad and wants to stay in Busan. After seeing how Yoon-seok's life is always controlled by his father, Park Se-ri ultimately chooses to end their relationship through a voice message. Of course, it is not an easy thing to do, but for Yoon-seok's sake, she is willing to sacrifice. Long story short, Park Se-ri and her friends finally graduate from high school. While in the warehouse, she accidentally finds Han Yoon-seok's book. Inside, there are many beautiful moments that can never be forgotten, and in fact, Han Yoon-seok had liked Park Se-ri since the very first day they met. In college, Park Se-ri majors in sports because she loves swimming. Ma Sol-ji and the others then invite her on a blind date. At first, she refuses because she is no longer interested and just wants to focus on finishing college. However, a cafe owner tells her that she should take the opportunity. He says that he was able to marry his wife from Seoul because of a blind date arranged by his friends. After all, if Park Se-ri's date goes well, she could find a lifelong partner. But if it fails, she will at least gain a new friend. Not wanting to disappoint her friends, Park Se-ri agrees and goes on the blind date. However, she is shocked to discover that her date is Han Yoon-seok. Tears immediately stream down her face. She truly never expected to meet again the man she loves so deeply. And the movie ends. You may improve yourself as much as possible, but not through falsehood, because something fake is only temporary and never lasting. In the end, your flaws will still be seen as perfect by the heart that is truly meant for you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the next video.